around a second, just finishing up my breakup letter to ElevenLabs because, oh my goodness, I am quite smitten with a new AI voice provider. Yeah, you saw me dip my toe in Google Gemini's text-to-speech waters in that last video, but wow, the more I use it, oh, the more my heart swells. I am so in love with what I'm hearing.
Which 1984 movie cast Kevin Bacon after its original choice, Tom Cruise, dropped out due to scheduling conflicts? And yeah, that famous warehouse dance scene?
All right, serious question. Who ruled the 80s? Cyndi Lauper or Madonna?
Oh, please. Madonna didn't just rule the 80s, she owned it.
Now, by the end of this video, you'll have enough information to decide, are Gemini's voices equal or better than ElevenLabs? Are they cheaper to use? And should you sharpen up your pen and draft your own breakup letter? Well, let's find out.
We are on the air.
I'm Jeff, the radio DJ dude, and on the agenda, I'm going to tackle a couple things. One, we're going to find out how they do with just single voice generation. Then we're going to crack into the really cool multiple voice workflow. And I've got some tips and tricks on how to get the best out of Google Gemini. No more yippity yap, let's dive right in. This is from an upcoming really cool feature that I am launching on my all 80s powerhouse, XXX80s.com. It's a fun feature called XXX80s Screen Test, which will be the subject of a future video. But first, let me have you put your ear holes on some of these voice samples from Gemini.
Which 1984 movie cast Kevin Bacon after its original choice, Tom Cruise, dropped out due to scheduling conflicts? And yeah, that famous warehouse dance scene? Bacon had 4 different body doubles for it, including a gymnast. Now, here's an awesome song from Footloose on XXX80s.
Before I plug in the next voice, I just have to tell you, using Gemini voices within Google AI Studio is free.
Which 1985 movie replaced its lead actor 5 weeks into filming, forcing the crew to reshoot nearly all the scenes again? And yeah, the time machine was originally written as a fridge, until Spielberg worried kids might crawl into theirs at home.
Oh, you want to hear it with a British accent, do you? Well, no problem.
Which 1984 movie got rejected by nearly every major studio before an indie finally took a chance? And the actor who played Booger was told to actually pick his nose in the audition, so he did. Now here's an awesome song from Revenge of the Nerds on XXX80s.
If warm beer isn't your thing, I could mix up a pot of sangria.
Which 1984 movie got rejected by nearly every major studio before an indie finally took a chance?
Okay, the same voice but without the accent tag.
Which 1984 movie got rejected by nearly every major studio before an indie finally took a chance?
If you prefer your robot to be wearing a beret, okay.
XXX80s. Don't like this song? Wait 5 minutes. You'll still be disappointed.
You want to go live from Tokyo? Let's go.
XXX80s. Don't like this song? Wait 5 minutes. You'll still be disappointed.
To me, that is just ear-tingling good. And you saw I barely even prompted it. It just kind of deciphered the emotional tone and read that it needed to perform while producing those tracks. And it did it on the first take. So incredibly impressed. Now let's plug in Gemini's multi-voice mode and see what this sucker can do.
Now, XXX80 Screen Test.
Which 1985 movie had a pig trained for 6 months just to walk beside Tina Turner and featured over 200 handmade costumes from recycled materials? Oh, and Turner only agreed to start if she didn't have to die in the end.
Now, here's an awesome song from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome on XXX80s.
Now for context, I want to rewind the tape and go back to the time when I reviewed ElevenLabs V3 model. When it just hit, it was the talk of the town. It was their most emotionally expressive model, and it had a really cool multi-voice capability. And you saw, I put a script in, I included all the emotional tags, and I hit run. But what gave me that idea was this AI prompt that I kind of hatched where it would generate a script for fun morning show banter between a host and a co-host. And ChatGPT did a great job of producing these scripts and formatting them in a way we could just send them over to one of these multi-voice AI voice services. So with that in mind, we're going to jump back to my first test with ElevenLabs V3. This is the output from one of those morning show scripts.
All right, serious question. Who ruled the 80s? Cyndi Lauper or Madonna?
Oh, please. Madonna didn't just rule the 80s, she owned it. Vogue, Express Yourself, Like a Virgin, iconic.
Cyndi had style and was quirky. Girls Just Want to Have Fun is the anthem of the decade.
Okay, but Madonna turned controversy into a career strategy. Cyndi dressed like your artsy aunt at Thanksgiving.
All right, listeners, settle this for us before we break into a dance-off.
So a couple things. It's not perfect. I still think you need to do a little editing because right off the top, you heard a little like bumper music, like they actually thought this was a radio show and they needed to provide 2 seconds of bumper music like you're coming out of a break. You cut all that out. That's not a problem. And you see here with these tags, now you could direct ElevenLabs to hit certain lines with just the emotion that you're looking for. Or these other kind of nonverbal cues. You want to scoff, you want to chuckle. Well, all that's now possible. But with the big caveat, your results are definitely going to vary. And this scoff, I don't think sounded that great because it was kind of like a doubled up effect where you heard like two different people scoffing. As you can see in the history here, I ran this a number of times, and I would probably recommend you running it a good 2 or 3 times, and then you cherry pick. You just cut the best parts from the best takes. And honestly, this take was great, except for that last line. Settle this before we break into a dance-off. That sounded horrible. I mean, I really have to underscore, look at all the emotional tags I needed to embed in my script to give ElevenLabs the cues it needed to produce a read that was somewhat usable. And another thing you cannot forget, which I don't think I disclosed, to get that output that you just heard, oh my goodness, that took so many generations. Yes, and that's credits burned to even get that, which it's usable, but not impressive. So with all that in mind, let's spring over to Gemini, and I'm going to put in a very similar script to what you just heard. I'm going to hit run, and this is take 1.
All right, serious question. Who ruled the 80s? Cyndi Lauper or Madonna?
Oh, please. Madonna didn't just rule the 80s, she owned it. Vogue, Express Yourself, Like a Virgin, iconic.
Cyndi had style and was quirky. Girls Just Want to Have Fun is the anthem of the decade.
Okay, but Madonna turned controversy into a career strategy. Cyndi dressed like your artsy aunt at Thanksgiving.
All right, it's up to you. Settle this for us before we break into a dance-off.
Again, minimal to no prompting, no emotional tags having to be jammed into that script. You just heard what the Gemini bots did on their own with that piece of copy. Wow. And take 1, not multiple generations. So this really excites me. And you should be excited too by all the possibilities that now crack open. Different things we can do with multiple voices because, I mean, while one voice is great, having 2 voices go back and forth, now that creates a lot of energy and a lot of forward momentum for your station. And I think your listeners really lean in if they could hear a believable, dialogue between 2 radio co-hosts. That's so much more engaging. Now we have a tool to do that. Because I kind of abandoned this project, after I heard ElevenLabs V3. It just didn't impress me enough. And this gets a little technical, but they didn't have functionality using an API for me to insert that in a workflow. Because if I want to automate this prompt and have it just pump out scripts and pump out voiceovers, all hands-free, I couldn't do that with ElevenLabs. But here's the great thing with Google Gemini, heck yeah, they do have this magical digital connector via something called an API that I can pop this in my workflow, which you see right here, and I'm just sending each one of these scripts to Google Gemini. And it is performing its magic, then it's sending that audio file to my proprietary audio processing system, which lives in the cloud, all hands-free. So it hits that file with all the right broadcast, compression, limiting, and really makes the sound pop before shipping it over to Dropbox and then getting it on our air. So a very cool workflow. While you may be wowed and jaw-dropped, you're probably wondering, well, how much do I have to drop on this service? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. And this is not a complete scientific analysis of costs, because it's a little tricky when you need to decipher tokens and credits. But this will give you a rough sketch of the costs to use Gemini versus ElevenLabs. So to do this, we have to look at this data. So I use Gemini to produce about 5.5 minutes of audio, and it cost me around 1,200 credits. Okay, so diving deeper, what does that mean? Well, they picked my pocket for 15 cents. Oh, the nerve! So 15 cents for 1,200 credits for about 5.5 minutes of audio. So now ChatGPT runs those numbers and spins out this analysis versus ElevenLabs. So we have to look at ElevenLabs, both the $5 a month plan and the $22 a month plan, and what their credits, equate to. And you get these numbers. And then we factor in Gemini's numbers for an incredible cost savings. So heck yeah, not only are you saving money, but your output, in my ears, has been dramatically improved. And the voices just are top notch, and they just deliver really consistent results. And that's what we're looking for, especially if you're running an automation, or if you're using my cool AI DJ automation system, RadioDJ, where things may be running in the background hands-free. You want to make sure those voice tracks are going to be solid and knock it out of the park every time they run. And every day I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Google Gemini. And I'm really close to implementing it into RadioDJ, so you have another option. Of course, you'll always have ElevenLabs, and by no means am I an ElevenLabs hater, or am I going to abandon them. No, I still will use them for certain things. Right now, Google Gemini, they don't have any voice cloning, and we're kind of stuck with their 30 voices that they provide. But they are 30 solid voices, where ElevenLabs, you may have hundreds of voices to choose from. You cannot control the quality, because a lot of those voices on ElevenLabs are community generated. So that quality spectrum is from here to here. You never know what you're going to get. Sure, limited voices to choose from at Google, but each one of them have been fine-tuned for performance. And the other great thing, they each speak about 30 different languages, and some of them are even multi-gender, where you could type in, okay, I want that voice, but make it speak like a female. And the other cool thing are accents. For all of these voices, you could just change the prompt and say, hey, let me hear this in a French accent. And Google Gemini actually prefers more minimal prompting and not so detailed prompting. But there are some right and wrong ways to do this, because if I just put excited in the style guide box and hit run.
Excited. XXX 80s. Don't like this song? Wait 5 minutes. You'll still be disappointed.
Well, yeah, that's what you get. She actually says the word excited, but that's a fail. But if I say either say it like, or read this like, or read this with an excited tone, say this like an excited radio DJ, then it definitely deciphers that as a note and doesn't include it into the script.
XXX 80s. Don't like this song? Wait 5 minutes. You'll still be disappointed.
So the big question, are you going for pen and paper to start penning your breakup letter with ElevenLabs? Or are you just curious enough to give Google Gemini a try? And I definitely think you should. And I'd love to hear your results. Like I said, the more I use this, the deeper I fall in love with what I'm hearing. And I think you will be too. Let me know in the comments your thoughts, or if you found even another AI voice provider online that even blows these two out of the park, because we're always on the hunt for really good tools to produce really good sound for our radio stations, because that is the key. No robo junk, no nasty robotic voices on any of our stations. So quality is still job number one, and I think Google Gemini lets us reach that in a much easier, more predictable fashion than ElevenLabs, where it's really hit or miss. Okay, that's it. I'm Jeff, the radio DJ dude. If you dug this little ditty, I would dig a like and subscribe from sweet you. I do thank you much. And until our next little radio rendezvous, you keep rocking those mics all over the world.